Hello, so you have chosen the entree titled Reteach. So, Reteach refers to, this is a review of adding and subtracting unlike fractions. So, as we're going through the video, go ahead and read through the page that you're looking at as well, so you can follow along with the steps that I'm talking about. So, adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Fractions with different denominators are called unlike fractions. So the key term here is that they have different denominators. Different numerators doesn't matter, right? We only care about the denominator. That's because the denominator is telling us how many pieces we're breaking up our whole into. So to add fractions with unlike denominators, we need to first rename the fractions with common denominators, or rewrite them so that they have the same denominator. So go ahead and follow along on example 1 here. Find 4/7 plus 1/3, right, in simplest form. So the first step we're going to do is figure out what our common denominator is. So they kind of tell us here 7 times 3 is 21. So 21 is the common denominator that we're going to use. Then to rewrite our fractions, we need to multiply them by something so that they have the same denominator. So just quickly on the side here, if we were to multiply anything times 1, it gives it just itself, right? So 1/3, if we did times 1, it's still 1/3, right? If we multiply 100 times 1, it's 100. So anything times 1 equals itself, right? So then on the other side of that, how do we make a fraction that's equal to 1? So any fraction that's the same on the top and bottom is equal to 1. For example, 3/3 equals 1. 7/7 equals 1. 5/5 equals 1. Anything over itself is equal to 1. And we know that when we multiply times 1, it doesn't change the value of whatever we're multiplying it by. So back to our problem here. They took each of the fractions. So our first fraction was 4/7. Oops. Right? It's right here. So they rewrote it over here. And then our second fraction is 1/3. And they rewrote it right here. Now, we need to figure out how can we make both of those into fractions that have the same denominator. So we know 7 times 3 is going to give us 21, and we can't just change the denominator because that would change the value of our fraction. So we multiply times 3/3 because that really just equals 1, right? And multiplying by 1 doesn't change our value. So 7 times 3 gave us 21 here, and then 4 times 3 gave us 12 on the top. And then we did the same thing for this second one. So this second one here became 1/3, we multiplied it times 7/7 because 3 times 7 gives us 21. And that way we have common denominators. Once you have the common denominators, once you've renamed your fractions, now you just add the numerators and you're basically done. So 12 plus 7 give us 19, and then over 21 is our answer. All right, next example here. So to subtract fractions with unlike denominators, we need to rename the fractions with common denominators, then subtract and simplify. So in this example, you can see we have mixed. So when we have mixed numbers, because we have a whole number and a fraction, the first step is we need to write the mixed numbers as improper fractions. So that's where we do this little loop thing, 9 times 9 plus 2, so 9 times 9 is 81, plus 2 gives us 83/9, and then we do the same thing for this one, so 6 times 8 is 48, plus 5 gives us 53, and then our denominators stay the same over 6. And then same process. So we can see they're going to rename their fractions using the least common denominator of 18. So both of our denominators we want to become 18. So our first fraction here, 83/9, 9 times 2 gave us 18, so we multiply times 2/2 to get our new fraction down here. Our second one, 53 over 6. 6 times 3 is 18, so we multiplied it both by 3 to get this one. Now we can just subtract. So when we subtract those numbers, we get 7 over 18. All right, so feel free to pause the video anywhere or rewatch it if you're still confused, and then your exercises are below. So you're just completing 1 through 6. Each one you need to first find the common denominator, then rewrite your fractions, and then add or subtract and simplify. All right, good luck.